Why do all this? For what?
Let them know that we still matter.
Yes, that's the voice of, well, that's a trailer from the film The Public, which is in theaters this Friday, April 5th. One of the voices, one of the actors in that movie, a lot of you first met him when he put out the project Blue Collar back in 2006.
Wow.
I'm known of the man for a long time as a fierce MC that has substantive conversation through his voice and his music. He's a philanthropist, ladies and gentlemen. He's a songwriter. He's an MC. He's a 2-time Grammy and Academy Award winning rapper. He's a politician. He's an activist. He's everything. He's multifaceted, but most important, in my opinion, he's passionate and he's boots on the ground when it comes to the community and the people. I know this firsthand. I've known this since I first started interviewing him with MTV. I've known this since he allowed me to preview our short film that Kelly and I executive produced called The Cycle and have a really fruitful and necessary conversation in Chicago at Dunda's house with various panelists that were activists, people from the police department, people from the community, people who from the clergy. He's always been that and more. A wonderful husband, the one and only Rhymefest Smith.
Wow. I didn't even know what I did.
Yeah, you've done a lot. I didn't even get it all in there, bro.
Yeah.
It's been a lot, man. You come a long way, man.
Yo, you know what though, bro? You can't even think. The problem is people are trying to count their steps and say, I want to do this and I want to do that. Just put your head down and walk and work and don't look up.
Don't look up.
Don't
right?
look up and don't look down.
And don't look to the side either, right?
The side is the worst.
The side is
facts.
Well, you know, they always said it's a good.
That's the comparison.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah, one of my track coaches said, never look to the side. It only distracts you and slow you down.
It does.
You got to look straight ahead when you're running forward, right?
That's why the horse got blinders.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Rhymefest.
Yeah.
Rhymefest. See, it's Rhymefest Smith when we talking about movies.
Yeah.
and the public is Emilio Estevez, who's here tomorrow, matter of fact, is coming by.
Brother, yeah.
And he wrote, directed, and produced
everything.
Yeah,
pretty much.
yeah.
Starred in it, directed it, wrote it. I watched the film last night. The cast is incredible.
Crazy, right?
I mean, you're starring with some heavyweights in there. I mean, you know, Jeffrey Wright, Emilio, Michael K. Williams,
Gabriel Union,
Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
I mean, you got like some really heavy dudes that are in this film, and there were actual homeless people who were cast in this film to make up the people that are staging this protest about homeless people who can't find shelter during the winter weather. What was the atmosphere like on the set between these actors and then these people who were actually living on the street?
Well, you know, props to Emilio Estevez. He's a great director for bringing us all together. And the one thing that he wants is the one thing I think we all need. But in his film, he wants authenticity. And so to have authenticity when you're talking about community, homeless people, you need to have them there. So, you know, there's one scene where we got a pizza and we're getting ready to eat the pizza. And he has a spatula. And somebody's like, yo, man, people don't eat pizza with a spatula. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't like, here's a slice on your plate. You pick it up with your hands and eat it. Right. And just little stuff like that, you know, makes it like, oh, this is real. You know what I mean? So just the little things. It was incredible. You know what I mean? I've never acted before. It was my first time.
Okay, that's why I was curious.
Yeah, it was my first time ever acting. You know, usually I'm the guy writing for the actor or writing for the rapper. You know what I'm saying? And so to like put myself in it really was it was a wake-up call for what I need to be doing. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and what I've been doing and what I need to be doing.
What you need to be doing. Rhymefest is here. Were you scared? Were you know, acting that's so new to you, were you a little, you know, nervous or scared to?
No, because, you know, what you learn is that, and yo, this is the crazy thing, bro. You learn that when you are playing a character, you must be that character. Okay. And so you're just doing what the character is. You're inhibiting a whole nother realm of person. It looks like you, but it is not you. And what I thought about is that's one thing when it's in front of a camera. You have people out here being characters, bro, that aren't
who they say.
Who you think.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, you have people, we have somebody right now running the government who is playing a character. And we have all these opinions about somebody we don't even know and something we don't even know, but only they're playing a role with nuclear weapons. Like, with real nuclear weapons that affects real people's lives. But you know, our leader of the country will tell you, like, or will say publicly, like, yo, this is what we have to do to sway public opinion. This is, like, you see that he's running it like a TV show. You know what I'm saying? And so I really realized through this process how dangerous it can be when someone is a very good actor.
Speaking of actors,
in
man,
real life.
Let's speak about actors.
And there are people in our lives. There are people in our lives like that. So you have
people in the rap game like that.
There are people. Yeah, there are people in your family.
Yeah, people in your family. There's somebody in this room that's playing a character.
And so it's about but you know what? And that makes this is the first time in human history that human beings have had to live in two worlds at one time.
Yeah.
We've never, somebody in here is not who they are here. You know, in your phone, someone in your phone is not who they are here. People, I see smart people arguing with Russian bots. And I'm like, you just ruined your spirituality.
Yeah,
you know,
you arguing with Russian, and then you lose the argument.
You're arguing with a 12-year-old, and don't even realize you're trying to have a serious conversation with an 11-year-old about whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we have to be careful how we live in two worlds. This is the new way to live. This is the evolution of human beings.
Which is why the comment section is the cesspool of the internet.
Black Mirror. I've been calling it a double box lately.
Yeah.
You know, I've been off Twitter and Instagram since earlier this year, and all social.
What's it been doing for you? Like how have you changed or evolved since?
I changed. I have a higher appreciation for the things that are not virtual, things that are tangibly in front of me, whether it's clouds, you know, nature, people. It's forcing me. The only way I communicate with people now is one-on-one like this, or if we pick up the phone and start to talk. I'm not doing comments. And I think I got a little less anxiety, which allows me to appreciate just breathing at this point. So it's different, but I didn't grow up in this.
I felt it in your hug. When you hugged me today, bro, like I felt the energy, you know what I'm saying? But the question I have is, do we have to learn how to live dually?
Absolutely. I mean, you know, I have to come back to the box at some point, you know. I don't mind being on social. You know, the way I navigate through social is probably differently. I'm not responding to Russian bots.
To ignorance.
I don't respond to the ignorance anymore.
Exactly.
I did that early on, and I
we learned.
Yeah, man, I wrapped my whole sentence around somebody, and they ended it with, "Okay, hey, but big fan of the show." And I was like, "Wait a minute."
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, that's
you know what I do, bro? I use when people do ignorant things or say ignorant things to me on social network. I just look at it as wonderful opportunities to teach. Because I'm not doing it for the person I'm talking to. I'm doing it for the person who's watching it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm showing you better ways to love and better ways to, like, you know, judo energy.
Yeah, but
You know what
not
I mean?
everyone is able to do that, because when you think about the prerequisites of being a teacher, there's patience and there's repetition. But a lot of people feel like, okay, I'm on this platform, I have followers, so that must mean I'm a leader. Which must mean I'm a teacher, but you're void of the two most important facets to teaching.
Yeah. Man, you know principles of a lot of stuff. Patience, kindness, teaching. That's what we're here to do. And really what that is an example. And so you know, when people come, you know, I recently posted something because I was on the Kardashians, and Kim and I had a conversation. We had to sit down and have a conversation, and there were people who were upset that I was going on that show. They're like, yo, you know, and it gave me an opportunity to talk to them about taking sides, being extreme, having conclusions, and not having conclusions.
Let's take a listen to that right now. Rhymefest is here.
Kanye is from a village, and the village was feeling like our dear brother, you know what I'm saying, turned his back on the village. Because me and you have been talking about peace.
You can't make positive by doing negative. You could have said, hey, can I call you? I want to just talk to you directly before I say something, you know,
I just think if Kanye said, like, I can't deal with Donda's house right now, to me that means in all capacities.
Yeah, but that was after he said he would.
Okay.
But even
so
if I
that's
said
what
I would,
You know
that's
what I
what I
mean?
didn't know.
I was going through some.
Yeah, but it was all negative.
Yeah, the I was going. That's why it's called going through some. Because it's negative. What you talking about?
I think there's hurt on both sides. What you're saying, and I get it, there's a better way to handle these things.
Totally.
And seeing that clip, I didn't see the episode, but DB showed me that clip, and I thought that number one, I'm glad you two got to talk in person. You know, I thought it was interesting that it happened on the TV show, but I get why that's necessary because so many people were impacted and affected by, I know we were when we saw you going back and forth.
Man, can I say, you gave me so much. I was going through some heavy things at that time because I had never had social media. Like, I'm not into, like, being famous or being real, and I had never had so many people come at me so many different ways and all the energy that was coming at me. And Sway, we saw each other, and you just surrounded me with love, bro. You hugged me, and you, Bun B, Jazzy Jeff, I really saw my village. I didn't even, sometimes we do stuff, and you don't even know nobody care. And when I was going through that time, and you surrounded me, it was like, I'm part of your village, and you love me, bro. Bro, that kept me healthy, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you, bro. Man. You kept me healthy, bro.
Absolutely. And, man, you keep me healthy.
Yes, sir.
I've been on the ground with you. I've seen the work you do in the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
I know it's real.
Yeah.
It ain't a stunt.
Yeah, I'm not out here clout chasing.
You ain't clout chasing.
I'm not whooping my own ass.
You ain't snatching your own chain.
Yeah.
Were you? But the moment was, I would imagine, was bigger than just the interaction between Kim and you that you guys had, but even seeing your brother Kanye. And what did you hope to accomplish by agreeing to have that sit down with them?
All right, so right here in the studio, of course, as you see, that's my wife, man.
Yes.
My wife is
Donnie.
my band member.
Yes.
Hey, Donnie. So my wife is my band member. It's very difficult for you and I to have a relationship if she don't like you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I get it. Me and Ye grew up together, but if me and Kim ain't right, then it's difficult for me and Ye to hang out and be right. You know what I'm saying? And our brotherhood.
That's real.
So I had to have a conversation with his wife about who I was. Because, another thing I understand about Ye that people don't understand, I've seen family members steal from him. I've seen people try to do things and be like, I'm your friend, and then warn you about somebody else because they trying to take their position. I've seen, man, he's extremely sensitive. He's extremely, like, a lot of things, extreme. But the one thing I can say about Kanye, he's never tried to hurt anybody. And I can't say that for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, we may not like his opinions, but he's never tried to hurt nobody. And in fact, I've just seen people hurt him. So I can understand how Kim could think that I was one of the people trying to hurt her husband, who she's seen and I've seen. And I had to let her know, this is who I am. Let me introduce myself to you and who I am to him and who he is to me. And we had to have an understanding.
Okay. So,
and that it wasn't about money because she thought it was about money.
Yeah.
And I'm like, like that conversation you played about negativity, what I was saying was like, because he was going through so much negative stuff at the time, I did call Kanye. We were speaking on the phone. He agreed to do something for the community that he didn't do. And at the time, I felt like the only language he could understand was negativity. That's why I spoke in negative tones. And that's also a form of love.
I mean, at the end of the day, it got you at that house. Yeah. Y'all had the chance.
And it got him back to the village.
And got him back to the village.
And
you know
also,
what I'm saying?
Salutes to you because you didn't delete your tweets either.
Nah, I'm not on that.
A lot of people do that.
No, I'm not on. Even if I make a mistake, you need to see it.
Oh, Rhymefest. I appreciate that. So will you guys, if it organically happens, you could see Donnie and you and Kanye and Kim maybe sitting down, brunches, dinners.
Yeah, Kanye, one of the things I told him is, I was like, bro, man, my issue with our friendship is that it's transactional. It's not brotherly. It used to be brotherly, but the music thing and the big famous thing made it transactional. Hey, come write these rhymes. All right, come do this thing for the community. And it became so mechanically transactional. Bro, you ain't never been to my house for dinner. And that's when he came to my house for dinner.
Oh, that's amazing.
And he was like, "You right, bro."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He came to my and at that point, when he came to my house and we had dinner, and he met my wife for the first time. But I've been knowing you since 14. You know what I'm saying? But he met my wife and got to see how I'm living. Then he was like, "All right, come meet my wife." And even though I've seen her, I never met her.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've talked to her but never met her, and that's her world. And I met her in her world.
What was that like, Donnie? What was that? What was that?
Very interesting, but I think essential. You know, I think that Che and Kanye are connected eternally.
We're like us.
And what people have to understand is, though there was an issue about the foundation, we're talking about a friendship, right? So everything that happened last year, it happened on two levels, the personal and the professional. So I'm happy that almost a year later, we're back on track.
Yo, I just think you might want to go ahead and go shopping with Kim at least just once. Just to have that experience. You know what I mean?
I think they got different styles.
Oh, okay. All right.
But they both like crystals, so that's a good start.
Oh, yes, you gave her a crystal.
This is the time in the world of spirituality. And the only way we're going to survive mentally and stay stable is by getting our spirits right, because the world is in turmoil.
With that said, man, Chicago is also in turmoil right now. And, we talk about, the injustice that we've witnessed over the years. Here's the thing. Everything we read and hear about Chicago is always on the dark, I feel like, or it's always controversy, when I know there's so many beautiful things that Chicago has to offer, and the people of Chicago. But most recently, we've been talking about Jussie Smollett and what happened in his case. You ran for alderman, 20th Ward, was it?
20th. Wow, you're so good.
Because I came and interviewed you about it. Remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. And what is your take? I might be ignorant, but I just feel like, man, Chicago got to move on from Jussie. It has a slew of other problems, which we witnessed in the handling of Jussie. When do we stop attacking him and start attacking these other issues?
You know what, bro? It's a few things. Number one, have you all noticed that every 20 years, the media makes a lot of money off demonizing a different black state or city?
Yeah.
So, when I was coming up, it was L.A. It was Boys in the Hood. It was like, oh, the Crips and the Bloods is crazy. Then 15 years after that, it was down south. Oh my God. And out of that came Cash Money and you know what I mean? And it was like, yo, Ninth Ward, oh, it's crazy. And even before that, it was Texas, and the Ghetto Boys. And now it's Chicago. And in the next 10 years, it's going to be another city. It's going to be, people are making money.
Yeah.
This is violence everywhere. It's messed up politics and divestment in the communities everywhere. Detroit, Flint, they still ain't got no water.
Yeah.
So, hey, let's put the cameras out there and make Flint rack. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, we have to stop exploiting ourselves. Like, have you noticed, man, in the hood, bro, we love saying what the negative name, Nasty Natty for Cincinnati, Chirac. People are exploiting ourselves, and the media is in on it, and it gives a picture sometimes that isn't all the way clear. In terms of Jussie Smollett, what I've learned is that, man, bro, he was a part of a village. I went to Africa, and I asked the guy in Kenya, I said, are Africans kind of culpable for American slavery? Should you all take responsibility for that? And my man said to me, he said, you sound like a white man. And I said, what you mean? He said, only a colonist will come and look at a continent full of people and think because we're one color, we all did it. He said, who took your people? Was it the Igbo, the Maasai, the Mandingo, the Kikuyu? He said an Ethiopian is as different from a Somalian as an Irish is from Italian. He said, if black Americans knew better, you all would stop tripping on color, thinking y'all gonna come together on a color. That's buying into white supremacy. Get your village right. Get your tribe right. The bigger your village is, the bigger your wealth is. It ain't all black. And I start thinking, I'm not Clarence Thomas just because he dark. That's a whole nother tribe.
Yeah.
Me and W.B. Du Bois is from a whole nother tribe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel you, but I ain't no Jack and Jill.
Yeah.
That's just me. That's another tribe. And so, you know, I look at it like Jussie Smollett has a village who had access to the district attorney, to this, to that, the same way Van Dyke had access to only get 3 years for killing Laquan McDonald.
Yeah.
If you knew better in America, if something happened to you, Sway, you got a village of people around you that's going to pull whatever lever they got to pull for you to be okay because you a good guy no matter what. Everybody get one. R. Kelly got one. You got out.
Yeah.
OJ got one. Go come back, you going to jail. When you have money in America and you have village, you have access to the levers of power. This is something white people aren't used to seeing black people have. So now that we have a black district attorney, now that there's a prominent black family, now that this man, you know, Jussie Smollett has come and done benefits for what's now Art of Culture, what used to be Donda's House, and donated money to us to the community. Yeah, I'm on his side. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he's a part of your village.
He's a part of my village. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to make sure that we're going to get the brother whatever help he need. I think that and I see that all over the world. I see people that have villages and tribes usually have the best outcome. What the problem we have is a bunch of people, and especially melanated people, who isolate ourselves, and it's just like loose country, and you ain't a part of nothing and no tribe. And yeah, when you get in trouble, you can't get no justice.
Yeah.
That's real.
Rhymefest. Che Rhymefest Smith. The Public is the name of the film, April 5th. He also wrote and performed some songs for the film, Make Some Noise and Weaponized.
Yeah.
I was listening to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan.
The chief.
I heard a clip that he was talking about marijuana and how he was saying, be careful what you're smoking, because that marijuana is being weaponized against you and you don't even realize it. With this song, Weaponize, that's an example, by, we put us in a state of almost comatose if you're smoking too much, and you don't really know what you're smoking, especially with this synthetic stuff that's going on by these folks who've been granted the licensing. When you wrote Weaponize, what is the meaning behind it? What is it about?
About a lot of things, about how we have to weaponize ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think when we look at, Black Wall Street had everything except for a way to protect itself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when we think about the Moors, they had Spain. They built all this architecture. I've been to Spain and seen what the Moors built, and they did everything except for a way to protect themselves against attack. And we are such a peaceful people, man. And it's time for us to weaponize that peace and that love and protect our spirits and our bodies, like you talking about, the chief talking about, and so Weaponize is just about what's coming at you and how you need to build up resilience towards it.
Okay. Hey man, we have the song, or
This is good.
What do we have?
If you play the
TV track, or we have the instrumental?
We got
if you play the instrumental, I'll rap it.
Oh, well, that was the setup. He beat me to the setup.
He's like, Sway, just let me fucking rap it.
I know you, Sway.
You ain't got to trick me.
I know you, Sway.
So, come on, dog. I'm your brother. We done this for years. Here it is, man. Rhymefest. Sway in the morning.
And this song is produced by Masego.
Oh, Masego.
Love
Incredible.
Masego. That's Masego singing it.
An incredible artist. If you don't know him, check him out on Calloway Curator.
Yeah. They say we lucky just to make it out. I made it out, now here we go again. I can see the doors open up. I can feel the walls closing in. They got you living on a timeline with your body and your mind dying. I ain't going out without a bang. I'm finna weaponize Einstein atom bomb in my brain. Like, what you gonna do with those thoughts? Medicate, drink, put a gun to your head, feel sorry for yourself till you blow that motherfucker off. No television, go wireless, Wi-Fi list, got me on the terror, no fly list. Cause I might just like this dynamite stick, boom! Feel better when you fight better. You know the haters is my motivators. I use the enemies for energy. As we riding up escalators, on my way to see the Kennedys, the Rothschilds and the Gandhis, the Alamatis in the Middle East. We go to war for a little peace. Let's go to war for a little peace, non-emotional. I'm a soldier, so see the depth in my eyes. We like a Molotov, firefly through the skies. In this country, 'tis of thee. Then imprison me, I will not be deprived. I see God in the devil's eyes. I'm weaponized. Yeah. So, at this point, I'm gonna let the beat play. And then I'm gonna talk to my man. Yo, Sway.
Yeah.
Check it out. Okay. I'm a freestyle, so I have to drop the bomb now. I like to drink green tea and help a nigga calm down. Hanging out with Sway, I remember you from tech days, and you let the gun blast. It's a segue. I'm Che, Rhymefest, check it out. Grab the microphone, I'm about to rip it. Young, black, and gifted. Motherfuckers wanna know what I do when I grab it and I shift it. Check it out. Got the girl to the left of me, not Beyonce, but Destiny. Not a child, but I'm wild. When I get up on the mic, freestyle, everybody know I'm... That's all I got.
Oh,
That's good though.
Yo, man.
gosh. Rhymefest, ladies and gentlemen. Rhymefest.
Yo.
Rhymefest. Che Rhymefest Smith.
And the public, man, the public is coming out this week, April 5th.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? I'm playing a character named Big George.
Uh-huh.
And Big George was actually my grandfather's name. And my father was homeless for 35 years, and I'm playing a homeless character. And so when I dressed up in a costume, I actually got to feel my father and see my grandfather, and it was like the closing of a circle.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, and to learn from, like, so many, like, to get close to Michael K. Williams and to learn from Gabrielle and Alec Baldwin and be surrounded by that village of love, and then to be able to bring them back to Chicago and to the neighborhood to talk to the young people. Like, it's just an incredible experience. But what I'm learning is, man, it all came from not chasing. I didn't audition for this film. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really learning the principle. Like, I want to be like a spider, right? A spider, everything is inside of it. It shoots it out and it waits. It shoots out a web and it waits.
Yeah.
For what, and it takes what comes to it. It doesn't try to take from you. It doesn't try to beat nobody up. If you rip the web down, it goes somewhere else, creates from the inside out, and it waits. That's how I want to live my life.
You're the first person I know that said he want to be a spider.
Yeah.
I want to be like the spider.
Like the spider.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, we appreciate you. Give it up for Rhymefest. Thank you, man. Love you, bro. Love you, Donnie.
Like that.
No chase.
Go ahead and get on that shopping trip, man. Kim got good taste, so. Okay, turn her mic on.
Thank you. Love you too, Sway.
Okay, that's what's up. All right, cool.
That's my band member.
Absolutely, man. When is music coming out, man?
Yo, man, Jazzy Jeff M3 out right now. Go get it. That's me and Jeff. He took me around the world 3 times. Album with me and Black Thought coming this summer.
Wow.
Yeah.
You and Black Thought?
Me, Black Thought, Raheem Devon. This is a little project we did.
World premiering on Sway in the Morning this summer.
Easy. That sounds unfair, man.
All right.